Hey guys, what's up? JP here. Just saw the final conference for the day as we were watching Sony. Man, that was long. I think that was the longest conference. I think it clocked in at just under 2 hours. Maybe it hit the 2 hour mark, but let's roll through it here as they showed a lot of stuff. Just gonna get out right in front of it. No Last Guardian was shown. I think a lot of people were counting on that, but did see some Uncharted there at the very end, but we'll get to that. So they started the conference off with Destiny. Showed a little bit more of a story trailer. You saw a little bit of the origins as some astronauts landed on Mars and found that red or that ball that kind of sped up technology, et cetera, et cetera. They showed some gameplay, but it just looks like more of the same. I guess I just want to see more about that game. It looks like something that I've already played, maybe a Borderlands, but it looks very simple and basic. The alpha is actually going to be available this Friday for PSN people, if I heard correctly, which is kind of interesting. And they announced a new Sony SKU with a Glacier White PS4 for pre-order that also comes with Destiny. So if you're into white PS4s, you might want to look into that. But yeah, I'm still kind of meh on Destiny. I'll definitely be picking it up when it comes out just because that's what I do. But I don't know. I'm definitely not hyped for that. We'll have to see more. We'll have to see more. Then they had the suits come out. One of the CEOs, I think it's Andrew. Maybe I have that incorrect, but he was just talking about Destiny, and they flew right into Order 1884, which looks really, 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 really. Sorry, 1886. I fucking hate these years. It looks really, really good graphically. It has kind of this filmic quality that is a little bit off-putting when you first see it, and the transitions to cutscenes, it's literally like a HUD just pops up on the screen. It looks really, really weird, and it's a little bit off-putting the first time it happens, but it's pretty much the fastest transition, if you can even call it that. It's not really a transition, it's just like the HUD comes on to gameplay. It was a little bit weird watching the trailer, though, during that, because you weren't really like controlling your character all the time. Like, I wonder how often they're doing that throughout the game. Is it going to feel a little bit like Beyond Two Souls or in that vein, or is it going to be more of a third party or third person FPS that you're able to, constantly control in? I don't know. We'll have to see, or hear some on the floor reports. Right after that, they went into a indie game called Entwined. It's a dual joystick game. It has a very artsy look to it. Seems a little bit interesting. And they said it was about like two lovers that can't be together. It's a college game, collegiate game, and it's actually available right now for $10, which was a little bit weird when they said that. It was like, go purchase our game, and they even went as far as saying you can open up your PlayStation app and purchase it right now. I don't know. It was a little bit weird. From there, they went into Infamous, talking about kind of the success of Second Son, which led into a standalone DLC called First Light. And it looks like it's going to be taking a little bit of a backstory on one of the central characters from Infamous Second Son, whose name forgets me, but it is kind of the punk chick. I forget her name because I didn't finish that game, and it just doesn't really resound with me. But I need to go back to it. I definitely need to go back to it. But it looks like more of the same. Infamous looks good. And from there, pretty much like without transition, they cut from that trailer, go back to the stage. All of the monitors kick on, and LittleBigPlanet 3 is there, just shown on screen right off the bat, out of nowhere. There's no lead up to it. There's no from the team that brought you LittleBigPlanet 1 and 2. They mention the other games, but they don't ever mention Media Molecule. And apparently there is, the rumor is that Sumo Digital is in charge of that game right now in terms of dev. I'm not really sure. I don't know too much about them. I'm not really the biggest LittleBigPlanet fan. I think it's more of almost a tech demo of sorts. They introduced some more characters. There's 4 characters now instead of Sackboy. There's like a dog that can wall jump. There's one that can turn large and then go back small. Then there's like a bird or something. It looks all right. There were some controller issues on stage. It looks like it was either just Bluetooth interference or something. I'm not really sure. It looks more like LittleBigPlanet than really anything. So if you're into that, well, you got a new one to look forward to. Right after that, we saw what Project Beast is, but it was only CG, and its name is actually Bloodborne. It's from Software, the dev team behind Dark Souls and Dark Souls 1. It looks really fucking creepy. The CG has always been really fucking creepy in all the Dark Souls games, but this specifically looks really fucking creepy. There's like a dog that hasn't eaten in years. He has kind of like blood matted into his fur, and I think these guys are like chopping him in half, and I don't know. It was a really dark CG trailer, and that was it. It was a little bit disappointing. We didn't learn anything from it whatsoever, but at least we know that that's a thing now, and it's not just kind of rumor and speculation. From there, they went on to Far Cry 4. Now, we saw this earlier at the Ubisoft conference, but all we saw was the first 5 minutes of the game and cutscene. On here, we saw what looks to be, what I hope to be, PlayStation 4 footage and gameplay. Looks really, really fun. There was a lot of grappling. It looks so, so pretty. There was some driving. You could shoot from the car. Pretty big explosions. There were red barrels. He tapped attached some C4 to it and then knocked it into a group of guys. Gigantic explosions. Wingsuits are back. So like he drove off road and you hit your wingsuit and went flying off into the air and landed down near a fortress. And then there was this really weird moment in the game. Well, what happened in the game is that people joined, right? That was kind of co-op, and it looked pretty seamless. And then you guys took the fortress. And there was elephants there. I thought they were going to kill the elephants. I was a little bit nervous as that was going on. But then there was this weird statement right after that where it was just, people can join your game in Far Cry even if they don't own the game, only on PlayStation 4. I don't know. It was pretty... Like, that's kind of huge. I don't know what that means, and they didn't really say what that means. From there, Deep Silver showed up with the Dead Island 2 reveal. Weird fucking trailer. Starts out with a guy jogging. He's got like a little bite, and he puts a wrist guard over it, and it just gets weirder and weirder. He starts turning into a zombie, and then people take his shoes and like ride off. It looked very... Like, zombies are now getting to the point where they're almost comical. That's where people are taking them. There's not really any serious zombie games anymore. It looks really interesting, though. They did some weird Diablo 3 cross with The Last of Us being there. It's like with The Last of Us enemies being in a Diablo level. Fucking weird. It's just weird. Hardline, Battlefield Hardline got some love on stage from Adam Boyes. And then probably my favorite trailer, actually, like full-fledged trailer that I've seen thus far at E3 was for Magicka 2 being announced. Just go watch it. It's really, really funny. I was probably laughing the most out of any other trailer with that one. Just really smart stuff. Those guys have a great sense of comedic entertainment, and that was what came from that. Some rumors that were speculating, that were going around. People were speculating that we were going to see a new Tim Schafer game in the form of Psychonauts 2. It was actually the game that Grim Fandango is being remastered. Pretty crazy update. I want to see what they do with the controls in that. They're going to have to like remap the entire game, which is definitely a lot of work, but that was an awesome game, just an absolutely fantastic game. And I think for people that have never had the chance to play that with an actual accommodating control scheme, that's pretty cool. Pretty interested in that. Devolver Digital, the publisher of games like Hotline Miami and Broforce, showed up there. They have a deal with PS4. They're going to be bringing Broforce, Titan Souls, missed one. Titan Souls, I missed a game, but I ended up filling that in. Hotline Miami 2 and a game called The Talos Principle. I'm not really sure what that was. But Devolver Digital has been really on a tear with the indie games lately. They're just kind of knocking them out and releasing a game almost once a month, it feels. And they're all awesome. They're always great. From there, they went into Suda51's new, it's like this death fucking weird bloody, gory death metal game is how I described it. It's called Let It Die. There was like weird people. Each one had some sort of like bondage gear and like chainsaws and shit. I don't know. It looked really weird. And they all had levels tied to them. I have no idea what it was. They didn't really show that much. The next game was the artist and composer. The two guys that were the artist and composer for Journey are making a game called Abzu. It's like an underwater explorer game. Art looks fantastic. It's very reminiscent of Journey. You could definitely tell that those are the same artist. Don't really have any idea what that is, but you know, all you have to say is Journey, and I'm there. So I'll definitely be checking that out. And then probably the highlight for me of the Sony conference was shown next, and that was No Man's Sky. Every time I've seen this game, they've only shown one other trailer before this, but it just looks absolutely insane. Like, I don't understand how this game can actually work the way that they show it in these trailers. It just seems like it's way too much to handle. There's a 3-minute, 40-second trailer or something out there that you should probably just, I'm going to go ahead and say it, pause this video and go find the trailer from E3 for No Man's Sky and watch it, because it looks absolutely insane. And I want to see more of that game. It was really, really awesome, as well as after the trailer was shown, the crowd went crazy, as they should, and one of the devs was on stage. And you could tell right from the start that this guy was like not trained. He's never been on a stage before, and he actually had some really genuine comments, and it definitely looked like from the reception of the crowd that he was just like overwhelmed. I mean, he even said it himself. So that was really, really awesome to see. I want that game to succeed to the best of its ability, just because of that simple moment. Because it was great seeing that type of, like, a real human on stage. Could not be more happy for those guys. Project Morpheus was shown right after that. Didn't really say much other than you can go check it out in their booth. They didn't spend any time showing you a silly tech demo, which was good. But from here, it really got kind of weird. Like, it was definitely a dip in the Sony conference. They started to do like a stat reel. They started talking about free-to-play games. They dropped some information about the PlayStation TV. It's going to be available in the US for $99. This is kind of the Vita TV, which was announced back a while ago. I think it was in Europe, or maybe it was at the Japanese PS4 launch is when that came out. I forgot when that was announced. But it's pretty cool. The only reason that I would be interested in it is that I could stream Vita games, because it's got a HDMI in, which can capture from the Vita apparently. So, or maybe it captures over wireless. I'm not too sure. I don't know much about the technology. But yeah, that was announced. PlayStation Now was talked a little bit about, but it was definitely, I don't know. I definitely started tuning out, as it's been quite a long day. You can go find like the full press release out there. It was not all that interesting. And the guy was like he was using his hands a lot. I felt like I was watching like Obama or something, like just all day with the hand stuff. And he was delighted to announce Mortal Kombat, as some gameplay was shown, and looks really cool. I'm not the biggest fighting game guy. I haven't really played too many of the recent fighting games, at least from last gen. But it looked like they were going to have the interactive backgrounds that, not Infamous, the DC game that they had a while back that I just am lapsing right now. I can't remember the fucking name of it. Looks a little bit similar to that. They showed some fatalities and like some bone breakers. Man, that game is that's Mortal Kombat. It was pretty fucked up. There was some definite gore. CNN and Fox are gonna have some fun with that footage for sure. Then again, they went right back into it. I think this was supposed to be kind of the life support at this particular point, as they just went right back into talking about Powers. Now, I'm a big fan of the Powers comic, but I don't want to hear about original content for what seemed like an eternity. And I felt so sorry for Bendis, the writer and co-creator of Powers, to just go on stage and like have to sit there and tell us about his book and like who was going to be producing it. And I don't know. That shouldn't have been there. It shouldn't have been at E3. That should have been a press release that was maybe after the fact or done somewhere else. I was not a fan of that. Not a fan at all. Along the lines of the original content, they're going to be doing some more Ratchet and Clank, and at the same time, they announced that the original game was going to be redone for the PS4. The original Ratchet and Clank for the PS3 was probably one of the first games that really felt like it was able to use the power of the PS3. Still looks great, actually, to this day, now that I think about it. Absolutely looked awesome. I guess I'll be into that. We'll see what it costs. It might actually just be free. I think they said something about that for the content was going to be free for PlayStation Plus users, so I wouldn't be surprised. There's no way they can charge for that by itself. Jumped into some Last of Us Remastered. I mean, it's Last of Us. It's a great game. I've played it before. I haven't played the DLC, but do I want to spend $60 on something that's going to look marginally better? Not really. Metal Gear Solid trailer, which was actually leaked last night, so you've probably already seen that. If not, it's Metal Gear. I mean, if you try to make sense of those trailers, you'll actually just go insane. But if you're the type that wants to do that, well, it's out there for you to look at. They showed some. This was like the weird. We're going to show you stuff that you already know and that's already out there, because they went to GTA, and GTA for the like next gen was announced, which is a little bit weird. But then we actually got to see some cool stuff. The last two games of the night, Batman Arkham Knight was shown. What a fucking graphically impressive looking game. Just absolutely blown away with how gorgeous that game was, and how it was the camera that was just so snappy. It just felt like it was just a fast, fluid looking game. And from what I heard about that game at GDC, it was not. It was kind of clunky. So it looks like they've upped the performance and optimized that a little bit. But I cannot wait to play that game on PC. I hope it's coming out for PC. I say that without knowing it. I think it's coming out for PC. I'm not 100% sure, but man, it's going to look good. And at the end of that, Scarecrow like hacks into the feed during the conference, and he looks fucking terrifying. He's got like shoelaces or shoe straps, so with his mouth sewn shut, and like his skin is it was fucking. It was really creepy. It was really creepy, but it was really awesome. They did their one more thing. Everyone thought it was going to be Last Guardian, but as you already know, because I mentioned at the start of this video, it was not. It was Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, which is the official title. Saw some in-game or in-engine. I don't really know. They said it was captured from a PS4. I don't know if it was a cutscene or if it was in-game or what. Looks pretty good. It was only about 15 seconds long. There was some conversation with Drake, and Sully seemed pretty dark. And with the title, A Thief's End, I mean, he's going to die, or someone's going to die. A thief will die, and it will probably be Nathan Drake. So yeah, that was the Sony conference. In terms of just like raw entertainment, I gotta say, well, maybe I'll do a separate video kind of discussing the different conferences, but I think right now it goes Xbox, Sony, Ubisoft, EA, for me in terms of first to last. But we'll do a separate video on that. I'm pretty tired. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm gonna go relax for the rest of the night. That was a day of E3, and I'll be doing some more coverage of this. And then of course we have 8-Bits on Friday, where myself and Wheat and Jeff Green are going to be talking all about what we have seen this week. Both they have seen stuff in person. I've just watched everything on the internet. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. If you would be so kind, please share this stuff. I have a lot of fun doing this, and it seems you guys are pretty receptive to it. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm out. Good luck, Last Guardian. Stay alive. We'll see you next year, maybe. You and Beyond Good and Evil. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.